To the mindset course, guys. In this course, we're going to dive in on the one thing that's going to change everything for you. It's right here. It's between your ears. It's your brain. But most importantly, it's your mindset. The mindset which leads into the brain, which leads into neuroscience. We're going to be approaching all of this from a neuroscience background. I love the brain. I love studying the brain. If you don't know who I am, guys, my name's Dillon Smith, owner and founder of this company and this program. I've designed it to help you, truly help you change your life. Not just give you simple tactics, tricks, or scams, or hacks, or regurgitated information that doesn't really work in real world application. This stuff works. Everything that I'm about to lay out for you works because I've tested it. I've tried it. I've turned myself into a science experiment. That's how confident I am that this will work for you. Okay, so what's going to change everything for you, though, full disclosure, is if you just listen to this, soak this in, and then don't do anything with it, it's not going to help you anyway. So if that's what you plan on doing, I suggest just closing out of this and just going back to your life the way it was. Because, I mean, hey, what you're doing right now is going to get you to where you're going to be. And if you want to really honestly think about your life as it is right now and see if it's good or bad, going in a great direction or going in a bad direction, take your current situations, everything you got in life right now, times that by 10. Let me ask you, is that bad? If you continue this route, if you hit that, does that look bad or does that look good? That's on you. That's your question. I'm going to plant that seed. All right, let's move forward into this, guys, because when you take action and apply this information, it's going to change everything. It's going to change who you are, not on the physical, external side of things. That'll come, all right, but that's in the future. It takes a while to change the physical. What it's going to change is the internal, the mental. It's going to change you from the inside out. That's how we get sustainable, lasting change. Guys, think about this. You don't just expect a tree to just bloom, just sprout out of nowhere. No, you got to plant the seed. And when you plant that seed, you got to dig a hole. So that means you have to metaphorically go into a deeper place, a place where right now you may be at surface level, which is your comfort zone, right? But you got to go deep into the hole first. You got to literally dig yourself into a hole. And this hole, and this analogy, is the acceptance and understanding that, okay, maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I'm in my life, my current situation right now is because of what I know. And maybe the set of things that I've learned to get me here is not what's going to be applied and needed to know and needed to be applied in the future to achieve the goal I'm trying to get. All right, that's just the truth. So you got to dig a hole. You got to plant that seed in the hole. You got to bury it. Okay, so it might seem when you're buried, it might seem like the world's dark, like there's nobody there, like you're alone, like your fears, your anxiety, it's pressing up and creeping up against you. Look, I know how it goes, guys. I know how it goes. Okay, I'm going to share a story about my son here. This is Roman. This little guy is a champion. I'm going to get to that here in a second, but I know how it goes, guys. Long story short, okay, he has a trach, if you can see. He was born 3 months preterm, 9 months in the hospital. This guy fought for his life. But you see that smiley little face? Like, that's everything, dude. He is the epitome of strength. And going through that, having to go to the hospital every single day, and then having to leave him, which was truly the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Having to leave and knowing that he's going to be there alone, that was horrible. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But still, I could have easily taken the woe is me route and said, oh, my life's too hard. This situation's too hard. Why is it happening to me? Why, God? But no, I knew what I had to do. As a man, I had to provide for my family, and I still have to. So I decided I could wear this badge, wear this baggage and let it weigh me down, or I can use this as motivation to inspire somebody else. So I hope to inspire you with this message, because this message, these principles changed my life when I was going through this. For a whole year, I was crying, beating myself down, hustling 14, 16-hour days for a year straight. Actually, 2 years now. He's 2 and I'm still hustling. This is never going to change, guys. And that just is the way it is. One thing that separates the professional from the amateur, the successful from the not successful, is their willingness to do more, to go above and beyond what they feel they're capable of doing. But biggest thing, guys, when you really get into this, I want you to know one core principle. As you're moving forward with this program, you're going to face adversity. You're going to face struggle. You're going to face trials and tribulation. It's going to feel like anxiety and stress is weighing on your shoulders, pushing you down. Good. Because a struggle comes to you not to break you down, but to make you stronger. That's what they're for. It makes you stronger. Iron sharpens iron, and you, my friend, have iron inside you. I'm not talking about what's in your blood, okay? I'm talking about metaphorical iron, strength, and courage to fight your fears, to move forward into adversity, the courage that you need to call upon when you move forward in this program. You're gonna need it. It's not gonna be easy. If it were easy, you would have been able to solve your problems, achieve your goals by just finding something on the internet. Because let's face it, YouTube is free. You can find anything and everything you want to know on YouTube. It's free. But you have this resource, but you don't have your goals yet. The question is, why? We already know, honestly. And that's why you're here. It's because sometimes you need more than just information. You need actionable steps to apply. You need the take action mentality, the hustler mentality to move forward in faith and in courage, that you know that God's got your back, that He is going to provide the path, the foot placement for every step that you take. It's on the path that He's called you to move upon. Now, it's your mission, though, to take action. First principle, and the core principles, 3 core principles here to mindset, to changing your life right here. Number 1, you have to know that all work works. All work works. It either works to make you better, to improve where you currently are to what you need to be to accomplish success, or it works to immediately achieve you the result that you're looking for, or it does the third thing, which most people think is a failure, but it's actually a delayed response. It plants the seed, which you need to continue to work to nurture it, to water it, to cultivate it so it can grow and blossom into the tree of life. That is your success. So most people, myself included for the longest time, we think, okay, if it doesn't work to get me the goal right now or get me my desired results right now, it's a failure. Scrap it, try something else, or just quit altogether. That's the wrong mentality. Number 1, the all or nothing mentality will break you. It will break you mentally, and it's going to break your heart because it doesn't exist. All right, there's no such thing as all or nothing mentality. If somebody thinks this way, or if somebody doesn't think this way, then they have to think this way. That's just not true, guys. There's so many variables to life. Let's be honest. But you have to realize that if it's not working right now, it's either one of 2 reasons. It's either delaying the result for you, and you have to keep working to compound your success so eventually the seed sprouts and breaks through ground, or it's working to improve you. You might not be achieving the success that you want because you need to learn how to do things differently. You need to break through your ego and move forward into surrendering and submitting that, hey, I might need to learn a few things. And that's okay. We all need to learn things. We're all learning constantly. That's the key to life. Okay? So when you think about taking action, I want you to frame it in the sense of all work works. Everything I do, it's working to get me towards my goals. It may be a leap, maybe a step, maybe a millimeter movement, but it's movement. We're trending upwards. That's what matters most. All right. Number 2, you have to have an attitude of gratitude. There's numerous studies that support this. They've done scans in the brain to see what gratitude, the state of gratitude, feeling gratitude in your heart, what it does to your body versus fear, anxiety, stress. Prolonged fear, anxiety, and stress puts out the hormone, the chemical called cortisol. Too much cortisol in extreme amounts literally destroys your brain, it destroys your body, shuts off your immune system, kills your metabolism. It stops your ability to be a human being and to thrive in this one life that we get. Stress and fear is good, okay? Don't get me wrong. We need it to progress us forward, okay? This is part of who we are. It's our lizard brain. Inside our brainstem is our oldest brain's part, the part of our brain. And this is what allows us to live, to continue to live, because that's what the brain ultimately wants to do. It wants to allow us to live, all right? It moves us forward. It progresses us in life to help us survive, okay? So we got to understand that. So when we feel stress, it could be an indication that we need to learn something, that we need to change something. We need to change our approach. And it could be something that's just saying, hey, you need to move faster, okay? Or it could be an indication, usually this is the case, if you feel anxiety, you feel stress about your goals or about your desired outcome, it's usually because you're violating yourself by not doing the work that you need to do to achieve the desired results that you know you can achieve. If you don't, like, for example, if my goal in 90 days is to lose 20 pounds, but I'm not eating the things that I want to do, I'm cheating every now and then, I'm grabbing some Skittles or I'm grabbing some chocolate, and I'm not sticking to my diet 100%, maybe I'm just slacking by 90% or by 10% and keeping 90% clean. When I get to that end of the 90 days and I don't achieve my goal, I know it's my fault subconsciously, and I have anxiety about that. I violate myself. I breach the trust that I made with myself, the commitment, because I did not follow suit with my word of what I said I was going to do. I broke it. And that gives you anxiety. It gives me anxiety when that happens. And I'm a testament of that. It's happened many times. And I've lived by this one rule. How you do anything is how you do everything. So I encourage you, if you feel anxiety, stress, think about it. Is it really because the goal, the outcome is so far off you can't achieve it? Or is it really because maybe you're just not doing everything you need to do to achieve that goal, right? The little things, guys. It's the little things. So we need to remove anxiety, remove fear from our life because it stops us from achieving the goals. If we're so caught up in our mind about thinking all the negative thoughts, we can only think one thought at a time, guys. So if you're constantly thinking negative, you're not going to be able to think of the positive outcome. You're going to be stuck in the negative, and that's going to bring more negative into your life. And then you're going to be so far off the path to your goals, and you're going to wonder, what the heck just happened, dude? So what you need to do is get into an attitude of gratitude every single day. There's so much neuroscience behind this, guys. Look into it. All right, don't just trust me for my word. Look into this stuff. Do the research yourself into this stuff. Study Dr. Joe Dispenza on YouTube. He's one. Tony Robbins. He's two. These guys are brilliant, masters of what they do, decades applied into real life scenarios in neuroscience, psychology, and the human body. Just how the human interaction works, how the human experience is. Check them out. They're amazing resources, guys. What they'll tell you is the same thing I'm about to tell you. When you focus first thing in the morning, when you wake up, when you focus on gratitude, something that you're grateful for, breathing, for example, I'm alive. That's pretty dang awesome if you think about it. Some people will wake up tomorrow and they'll get life, but others will go to bed tonight and they will not wake up tomorrow. It'll be the end for them. And how much do you think they wish they could have one more breath? But we take it for granted. Why? Maybe because we don't put it into perspective. Maybe if you just shifted your perspective a little bit, you start to realize that the problems that you have right now and the grand scheme of things are not that big. You'll figure them out. But hey, be grateful that you get the opportunity to solve those problems. That's pretty dang good, isn't it? It's pretty amazing, powerful when you think about it like that. So have an attitude of gratitude, guys. Think about what makes you happy, joyful, gratitude, and feel it in your heart. Literally feel it in your heart, guys. It will shift you on a completely different plane, a plane of existence, a completely different frequency. All right. And we're going to get into frequency, vibration, and energy as well in later of this course because that's going to be huge. That's a lot to talk about. Quantum physics is super cool. I geek out on that stuff. If you're with me, then let's rock and roll. Okay, so number 3, guys, you need to brainwash yourself for success. You are literally being brainwashed right now. You might not even think about it. I'm not talking about me on this video. because I am trying to brainwash you, I'm brainwashing you into success. Because let's face it, guys, the media brainwashes you with negative things all day long. They're literally paid to brainwash you. Their job is to give you information that's going to suck you in and keep you on this newscast, keep you watching, consuming this information. They poured billions into figuring this stuff out, guys. This isn't just a conspiracy theory. These companies, these massive corporations have poured billions of dollars to understand how can we get customers to keep watching us and consuming our information, because that's how they get paid. All right. So you're literally just a test dummy. They know how to hack your brain. They're programming you by telling you the same thing over and over and over and over. And that literally creates this belief in you that that is true, when in fact, it might not actually be true. The COVID vaccine, for a great example, propaganda at its finest. But that is exactly what I'm talking about. That hundreds of people screaming the same message over and over and over when it's not actually true or backed by any science, but they keep propagating it to you, throwing that dogma in your face, and eventually you start to internalize it. You subconsciously start to believe it to be, and then you start thinking like that. Then you start wondering why you're so pissed off all the time, why you're so angry, why you can never get anything right, while bad things always happen to you. There's a reason, guys, and it always starts with you. Right here. You control what comes in here. You control what goes out. That's all we can control. Let's be honest. We can't control the weather. We can't control everything else around us. We can't control other people. But we can control ourselves and how we react to those things. That is where we're at with brainwashing yourself to success. You need to constantly consume positive things. I'm talking about the music you listen to, the podcast, the things that you put in your ears, in your mouth, and in your heart, and through your eyes. That's consumption. And that affects you on a vibrational level. That impacts you tremendously. I need you to really get this through your mind and really start to see this from an objective point of view. Bird's eye view, 30,000 feet up in the air, looking down at your life. And you see, okay, wow, man, I don't like the way I'm feeling. All right, it's time to change it. So when I need to change it, I need to brainwash myself, number one, to achieving that success. I need to think, I need to feel, I need to be and act like this person does to achieve that success. That's why finding a mentor is so powerful. Because when you find a mentor that really is somebody you embody, you want to embody, you start to consume everything that they give out, that they put out. You start to think like them, talk like them, be like them, act like them, and you would get the results that they have gotten. So you need to brainwash yourself to literally model them. That's why it's so crucial to put the right mentor in front of you. And that's why I'm so honored to be that mentor for you. I don't take it for granted, guys. I know how powerful it really is. I hold that very dear to my heart because I want you to succeed. I know you can. It's possible. Guys, if I did it, you can do it. If a skinny little 130-pound soccer player who failed out of college, who wasn't making anything, living in his car for a month, having nothing to show for all of his hard work and sacrifice over 5 years at college, nothing, failed, broke, living on the street, homeless. And if I can do it now, I've generated over $3 million in sales with 3 of my businesses, guys. I've helped hundreds of people. I've changed lives. I don't even know how many people's lives I've impacted just because I knew in my heart at the time when I was sitting in that car, sleeping in my car, I knew that life was not meant to be like this, that I was made for something greater. But it takes these principles, apply them, internalize them, start brainwashing yourself for success, start listening to podcasts, Success Mindset Podcast, Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Andy Elliott. These guys are so brilliant because they are going to just spew positivity into your life. They're going to make you actually believe that you can do it, which is right now might be something you don't actually internally believe, but we're going to change that. I promise you. By the end of this course, you're going to get a full 180 actually, and you're going to change your entire belief system. You're going to shift your mind and you're going to achieve success. But it's important, guys, to follow suit with these steps. So, number one, again, all work works. Whether it's working to immediately get you the results you want, working to improve you because maybe you didn't get the results you want, but it shows you what you need to improve upon, or the work is planting a seed that is going to sprout later on with compounded growth. But it takes consistency to water, nurture, and sprout that tree. Attitude of gratitude. Number two, shift from fear, shift from anxiety, and focus on what you're grateful for. Have a heart full of gratitude at the first start of your day, throughout the day, and at the end of your day. But if you really want to change, first 5 minutes of your day, last 5 minutes of your day, focus and feel gratitude and hold on to it. You will change everything. After a course of 7 days, your life will be changed. I promise you. But don't stop there. All right, number three, you got to brainwash yourself for success. You have to fill your mind with positive things, and you have to find one mentor, not a group of mentors, but one mentor that literally is living the life that you want to live. Go deep into that person, go deep into their mind, and pick out the gold nuggets, everything that you need to know that's going to allow you to achieve that success. That is the way, guys. Those are the three core beliefs that are going to shift everything for you. Three core principles. That's it. I'll see you in the next video.